Hello everyone, I am Abigail and welcome to A Noble Legacy on Touchy Elf. Now, this is a Sims 4 Let's Play and you're probably thinking, what happened to Paranormal? That is a great question, and if you actually thought what happened to Paranormal, then great job, you've been with us for a while. Paranormal, I'll get around to Paranormal eventually, but what happened was that I had recorded maybe 20 hours worth of content and didn't edit any of it down. So I'd actually have to restart from that point, and those two videos are not really good with sound quality. So I am going to be doing another video series, and it's the Amazon challenge. And the name of it will be A Noble Legacy. So first, let me get you caught up to speed of the history of this particular Amazon line, because I have been playing it for a while. And what it is that I started out with these two Sims, Kelly and Alvada. And Kelly was actually the queen, and Alvada was the princess, because her mother did not think that she was actually fit to be an Amazon. And she was right. Alvada and her husband were actually executed shortly after Alvada had her daughter. So, this is Katniss. This is Katniss. And she is our scholar. And she is at A Noble History, which is a store / art gallery museum that I have. So I'm going to go over the rest of the history, because I think I have about 2 generations worth of history to catch you up on. It won't take too long. So what happened was that Kelly issued inside her will before she died that her granddaughter would become the next queen. So she became the child queen. And she started her reign at a young age with the help of her mother's council, who were the Calientes. Nothing in the rules that said you couldn't use well-known Sims, and I thought that would be really fun. So she actually took more of her queenly rules when she became a teenager, and got the melancholy trait, mainly because Katrina died on her birthday, and she and Katrina were really close. When she became a young adult, nothing really interesting happened between these two paintings, and aside from the fact that I've been pronouncing that as Lashia, but she became known as the Muse, because she had great musical talent. Now she had 2 children, and hang on, I left my timeline in my room. Okay. And before we go any further, if you're hearing anything that doesn't sound like Sims, it's probably either the TV upstairs, or it's Bethany playing Twilight Princess. So, in case you were wondering. So, Lachia had 2 children, Jewel and Jerome. I'm not entirely sure, I'm not really good with name pronunciations. But Jewel was her princess, and I'll be showing you pictures of Jewel in a little bit. So, she got older, as you do. And she did pass away. She actually passed away recently. That's why everyone in the household is really sad, because she just passed away. So, anyways, oops, hang on. I forgot. It's nighttime. The store's dark. And if you would... Okay, thank you. So this is Jewel as a princess, and that was actually a masterpiece. Great job, Nina. And then she became queen when she became a young adult, and her title is the Fire Rose. Yeah, it is a pretty title. I have actually no idea why I called her that. Called her the Fire Rose, aside from her dress has roses on it, and there are roses in the background of her title portrait. So she might get a new title. I don't know. I really like Fire Rose. So this is her with her mother, and she made an agreement with her mother, and Destiny made an agreement that all of her children will be born by through Quinn. So that's why there's this picture, and they actually were quote unquote married for a while. That was only for the agreement. She's actually now married to Katniss, and it's the Amazon challenge.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, what's weird about that is that actually if we open up Katniss's genealogy, you'll actually see that Quinn is her half brother. So yes, things were weird. Jewel has 2 daughters, and one of them, and this is a portrait of 2 of them. Not 2 of them. One of them. This is Medna, and her title is the Twilight Princess. So what happened was that Jewel was pregnant during the time when Bethany started playing Twilight Princess. So I said that when Jewel finally gave birth, and if it was a girl, I would name her after Medna. So that's how she got her name. Actually, interesting is that Jewel actually has 5 children. She has Orson, Omar, Medna, Emory, and Gina. And Medna and Gina are the girls. I kind of decided to stop at 5. One more painting over here. This is Medna and her grandmother. This is actually the last painting of Lucia. She actually died a day after this was painted. And it's a masterpiece. Actually, what's really cool is that Katniss actually, this is a masterpiece. And this one with Medna and her mother is also a masterpiece, but they were painted on the same day. So that was the first time that happened to me in The Sims. And it's like, oh wow, 2 masterpieces in a row. That never happens. So yeah, that's pretty much the history right now. As we go on inside the generations, the store will get bigger. And we'll be having more paintings or portraits of the queens and the princesses. So let us get Katniss back home, and I'll introduce you to the queen and her court.